Hey.
I love the new intro music. I love the new intro.
Dang it.
So much
Yeah.
fun. So much fun.
Thanks, thanks, Kenny.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Kenny.
Thanks, Candy.
Thank you, Kenny. Kenny.
Hello, Kenny.
Hello, Kenny.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I was dancing like Beavis and Butthead, like yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. What a week. It's been a long week. It's been a long
Right?
couple of weeks. Yeah.
I
Why?
agree.
Yeah.
I know. I woke up Wednesday and
Good.
thought it was Thursday. Or no, I woke up Tuesday, thought it was Thursday. And then
Ugh.
today I thought it was Saturday. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah. I've
It's
been
like Groundhog
discombobulated.
Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been weird. It's been weird. The weather finally we're getting some really good rain, but I hope it keeps going. I'm just not looking forward to the never-ending cold we get.
Yeah.
Shh,
Yeah.
It'll hear you.
Oh, I dread it so much. You know?
Yeah.
You know what mud lover calls that, right?
What?
That cold?
Nightmares.
Nope. She calls it piss you off cold.
It's true. It's
Isn't that
true.
right, mud lover?
Yeah. Sometimes,
Yeah.
yes, that wind, man, that just goes right
Oh,
through you.
yeah.
I
I
always
dug
get mad
out.
at my parents. Like, why? Why did you have to bore me here? Why could have been in like Hawaii or something?
Right.
I don't know.
Exactly.
You know that was their plan, Jesse. Their plan was just to piss you off for the rest of your life, and it seemed like it worked.
Yes. Even beyond the
Yeah.
grave, they piss me off.
Oh God, I chose to be here, and I
Yeah,
can't. I'm trying to get out.
hearing that piss you off cold. We got. You can hear it rip through the canyon here. You
Are
can
you
hear
making
it
it worse?
howling through the trees, and when you hear that howl going, you can go 1, 2, 3, and then you get hit with that burst of wind. So when you hear the howl, that's when you zip up your coat and go like this.
Yeah, I dug out all of my winter stuff, got it washed, found my heated gloves I bought last year, got
Nice.
the cords out for my heated vest, the gloves. Oh my gosh, I have heated socks. I can't do it. It's just
We should get
terrible.
you know what we should do? We should get a moped in the middle of winter, like go into Aspen, Colorado. And then
What?
I can be like the guy with
No.
the boogers smushed all over and like we're there.
No. As your attorney, no.
Yeah.
Just
So
as a friend, I dare you.
Okay. It's on.
I'll bring the
Oh, it's
camera.
on.
Oh, it's on.
on.
I'm just gonna
Oh, it's
film you
on.
guys doing this. That's all.
And then I have all the gloves, and Colleen's like, you had the gloves the whole time. I'm gonna kill you, Jesse.
Oh my God. What are we talking about tonight?
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, we've talked about conspiracies before. Maybe it could have been
Yeah.
in the other lifetime that we had going on that we don't mention anymore. But
Yeah.
Other lifetimes.
the other lifetime. So Bertie, what's your conspiracy? What do you absolutely believe that is a conspiracy theory?
Well, there's quite a bit. The government knows about UFOs, Area 51, the whole shebang. That's one of them.
Okay.
That's pretty much the big one.
That's it.
That's all you got?
Well, And I think there's more to the JFK assassination than just
Yeah.
what they presented. Because I did
Absolutely.
listen to a podcast many, many years ago about Marilyn Monroe and her ties, again, with the film industry, the mob, the president, all that. And
I,
I I believe she didn't just die from an
Right.
overdose. I think she
Oh,
was overdosed.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was listening to this podcast, the one thing that kept cropping up over and over and over again that they just kind of gloss over was that she had a diary. And in her most lucid moments, in between being drugged to get up in the morning and go film movies and coming home at night and being drugged again so she could go to sleep because she's getting work constantly. In her lucid moments, she would get her diary out and write down what she did that day, who she met, what they did, blah, blah, blah. And that right before she died, that diary came up missing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
Mhm.
she apparently she hid it. And then after she died, I don't know if she was a caretaker or what her deal was, but there was a woman that scoured her house looking for it. She couldn't find it. Government agents came in and looked for it. They couldn't find it. People posing as government agents came in and they couldn't find it. So one of my favorite conspiracy theories is that Marilyn Monroe had a bombshell in that diary. And now if we ever find it,
It's locked away in some deep, dark vault in Hollywood somewhere.
Oh, I bet someone, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, those things don't end up being destroyed because they have too much evidence in them. So they get handed off to people.
Rated that the government has it.
But
Yeah.
I don't even know. But you got to remember the circle she ran into.
Right.
The circle she ran into is not only politics, not only Hollywood, but I mean, throw Joe DiMaggio in the mix and the allegedly mob.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, she knew a lot of people, and I think they discounted her because they thought she was stupid.
Because she's
Mhm.
blonde.
Because she acted that stupid, and you know, and she acted the stupid blonde,
Mhm.
stereotypical type. And I'll bet you money that a lot of things were said in front of her that people discounted. Oh, it's just Marilyn Monroe. She's cool, and she'd be sitting over there, you know, all giggly and stupid, but you know, taking all that stuff
Taking
in.
notes.
And you're right.
Yeah.
No, not according to this podcast. She could go toe to toe with just about anybody she talked to. She
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
she was that smart, and people were
Yeah.
dumbfounded by it.
Yeah.
Well, she was smart enough to realize her potential when she was growing up in Texas and left it all behind to go be the biggest star in the world. She knew
Yeah,
she
at
was
that
destined
time,
for
yeah.
that. So, you know, she's yeah. So, Jesse, what's your
Yeah.
favorite conspiracy?
My favorite conspiracy is the lizard people. I have been doing the deep dive, and the only reason why is because for some reason I am watching Elon Musk and his mannerisms and how he
Oh my
like
God.
acts.
Come on.
I'm serious. Like I thought when I was watching him, I thought, well, maybe he has like a disability, and I'm not knocking that. You know, like there are, like I know a guy who is a doctor, and he is phenomenal, but he has a spectrum of autism, and so I thought, well, maybe, you know, because he's kind of odd, like
A lot
super
of people
odd.
think that Musk has some kind of level of autism too.
Yeah, but there was just how he acts and like super weird. Super weird. Like he's an alien or a lizard person that tries to be a human and he's not.
Well, you heard the theory, the conspiracy that President Clinton is a lizard man. And
Oh.
I think Obama was supposed to be a
Yes.
lizard man too. I don't.
Mhm.
Mark
And then we
Zuckerberg is a
talked about
toy.
this before. The guy that blew himself up in the RV in
Yeah.
downtown Nashville to bring attention to lizard people.
Yeah.
Like the lizard
yeah.
Right.
people. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. It's just kind of like the guys taking Tylenol right now and killing themselves. I don't get that whole
Yeah.
thing. So,
Yeah.
but I watched a couple of documentaries on this, and it's kind of plausible. I mean, you're watching it going, okay.
I mean, the whole theory is like they talk about how these reptilian shapeshifters secretly want to control the world, governments, you know,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
they talk about how like you go there's some like videos that are resurfacing, and you can watch like the glitch in the videos of these even Hollywood elites as well,
Mhm.
and
We're
Scientology.
Ew.
They talk about that.
Yeah, now you're on the list, Jesse.
Great.
But
Boom, boom.
isn't it alleged that the lizard people actually started the whole movement towards the one world order?
The one
Like
world order.
the one
Yeah.
world order?
Oh, I
That
thought you said
Yeah.
no. Never mind.
yeah, so it's
I'm
the
going
lizard
deaf.
people that was behind that movement. And then you tie in the Illuminati. That's supposed to be all part of
Mhm.
that as well. It's
Yeah.
it's got the creepy factor to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what about this Matthew Coleman? I think they were talking about, he was like a man that radicalized about the reptilians and the serpent DNA conspiracies. And they were talking about how they also like committed violent acts, and researchers warn about this. They said like theories about observed or on surfaces uh, that can connect to extremists or narratives about a secret elite controlling society, just like what you mentioned. So, despite being debunked, there is a lot of myths and conspiracy theories that there are UFOs and reptilians connected with everything. So, I don't know.
Okay,
It's
so
kind of weird.
what do you think of us living in a simulation? Because
Like
there's
the
a theory
Matrix.
that we live, we basically live in the Matrix.
Yeah.
So not necessarily the Matrix that we've seen on the movies and whatever, but there's a theory that says we are actually a simulation. There's theories that say that the Earth was sucked into a black hole in like 2015 or something like that, and we're all still, we haven't done the die thing yet. But
Hmm.
there's so many conspiracy theories about stuff like that.
Yeah. What about the
You
time
know.
walkers? Like they talk about the time walkers of people who from our future or the past have come through, and there's like pictures of these people in the crowds who are actually from the future. I don't know, like, or vice versa.
Did you,
Mm-hmm.
Colleen? You're muted.
They had like a cell phone in their hand and a picture from
Yeah.
the 1950s and
Right.
stuff like that.
Did you hear? I was watching TikTok, and then this was just a couple of days ago. Did you hear about that lady that came to the U.S. and she was from a different country? She goes into customs or whatever,
Hmm.
and she's from a different country that nobody's heard of. She said it was like I can't remember the name of it.
Was
But
it Juridia from Spaceballs?
I don't know. But she had her ID, her passports, everything like that. It's all legit. They ran it a few times to make sure that she wasn't doing something fishy, and they put her back in a holding room. And while this was going on, they go back to check on her, and she's gone. She just disappears. But when she was getting taken back, when she was getting taken taken back, she was like, okay, well, where am I? And they go, America. And she's like, oh, I'm in the wrong place. So they take her back to a holding cell. They run her stuff. They go back to check on her, and she's gone. Just poof, gone.
It was
Wow.
Doc. He came and got her in the DeLorean.
That's it. That's it.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I heard that exact same story, but it was a male.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he actually they ran his passport, and the country that he was from was actually a country that had died like however long ago. But his passport, same thing, his passport was up to date, and he was talking to these guys, and they put him in a holding room, and the same thing, they went to check on him and was gone. So that's interesting concept. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Twilight Zone,
Oh yeah.
and there's a lot of conspiracy theories that go on in that too. And you know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's some silly 1950s stuff in there, and some 1960s stuff. But there's conspiracy. There's one conspiracy where a little girl falls off her bed and she falls into another dimension.
Oh yeah.
You know, or these people were able to go back in time. You know, it's just very interesting, that kind of stuff, because it could happen. How do we know that it hasn't?
I have a story that I can share with you that I was told today by my chiropractor of all people.
Oh.
He's not a doesn't seem like a jokester. You know, he's a friendly guy, but his dad was a termite inspector in California. And he had to go to
or the termite homes.
Stop it.
Stop. Okay. So he's going from house to house and he does these termite inspections. And one house he goes to, and I can't believe, so anyway, he tells me this today. I'm like, really? This is fascinating.
All days.
He goes to this house. It was somewhere on the coast of California somewhere. And this woman believed or said she was a vampire. And now this is like the 60s. Okay. Mm-hmm. And all of the mirrors are covered with cloth. And she's, like all of the things that you would kind of associate with vampirism is there. Yeah. And he told her, he goes, well, I have to get into the crawl space to do the whole inspection. She kept telling him, no, you don't have to go to the crawl space. He's like, I really have to go. So when he finally goes into the crawl space, there was a skeleton in there, human skeleton in there, in the crawl space. So when he gets out of the crawl space, he just goes right to his vehicle and he goes to a payphone and he calls the police and tells the police, well, because it's bones, there was no rush. So they didn't get there. He left. And he had like the work order signed by her and everything else to get to this house. And when he came back, or when the police came there the next day, everything was gone. The contents of the house was cleaned out completely, and she was gone. And the guy's like, look, I didn't make this up. His dad's saying, I didn't make this up. Look, here's the work order. Here's their signature. I did not make this person up.
Mm-hmm.
But there really was a skeleton under the house.
How big was the house, though?
How big was the house?
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't discuss the size of the house.
Because I'm just saying, like, depending on the size of the house, and there's one person there, how do you clean out all the contents in just a day?
A vampire
Magic.
can do anything they want.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
isn't that right, Colleen? Vampires can do whatever they want.
I would say they can.
I mean, they twinkle.
They can. I just think it's really interesting that this is, and I know this gentleman. I don't know his dad. I know where his dad lives now. It's close to here, and they're just not people of fancy stories. You know what I mean? They're just they're just not.
Wow.
They're good church going, God fearing people, and this is kind of an interesting story that he brought up to me today. Just like, wow.
You know, the older I get, and I mean, I'm knocking on death's door now, but the older I
shut up, I'm older than you.
Are we?
You know,
Okay.
I pretty much don't discount any stories like that anymore.
I
No,
know.
there's
I
some
don't
weird stuff
discount it
that goes on out there.
because you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And it just, it's so interesting
Hey, Doc.
to see stuff like that, you know?
Okay, so have you guys heard the conspiracy about the hollow Earth?
Yes.
Yes.
This
Mm-mm.
one, okay, this drives me a little bonkers, but I kept hearing about it, so I really, really started looking it up today. And so there was the 17th century astronomer who suggested the Earth was composed of 3 concentric spherical shells, each with its own magnetic pole, right? And so he believed that each of these spheres were inhabited. So you have the inner sphere and then the middle and then the outer. And that in each sphere, there's people, there's inhabitants. I don't know if they're people.
Really?
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know what he was on when he was suggesting this. Just saying, mushrooms have been around forever.
So is marijuana.
And then there was this army officer in the 19th century. He proposed that there was a hollow Earth at the poles, like the under the poles, the North and the South Pole were hollow.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
It says his name was John Cleves Sims, SYMMES.
Can I? That almost sounds how you say that, and then you talk about John Cleves Sams. Almost sounds kind of like, you know.
Did I say it Southern? Did I?
But you did, and
You want me to talk my Tennessee accent? Because I can do that all day long.
no, you sound not hollow.
Oh God,
What?
I miss living back there so much. Okay.
What?
Something else, though.
What's even happening right now?
The train
And
has
then-
derailed.
So, and then there's other theories that go with this hollow Earth, that there's different dimensions in the hollow Earth, that there's, so one of my friends, I asked her one day, I said, okay, if you had to live in space or in the center of the Earth, where would you want to live? Because you have all of those weird movies that they're just, ugh. And she's like, well, definitely in the center of the Earth. That's where I'd want to be. And I'm like, I don't want to be in space. I have more fear of what's down there below us under our feet than I do of aliens flying around in space. I don't know why. Just
It's how
saying,
they
Star
got, like,
Trek made
yeah.
me really comfortable with space travel. That's
Yeah.
all.
Same
You know.
I
thing.
think it's spiders.
Oh, yeah.
10-leg spiders.
Giant
Mm.
spiders.
That's
Well, yeah, they did.
My
They did a
mother.
couple expeditions for something. I don't know why, but they were doing it in Antarctica, or is that the flat Earth theory? No. It was this one was a hollow Earth, and they fly a plane, and they come across this mountain range, and then just drops down into a valley, and they just keep going down, and it just they fly down, and it opens up into a big, lush, jungle-esque, like terrarium, and they don't know where they are. This isn't on the maps, and they turn around and they fly back out, and they report what they saw, and they're like, "You didn't see nothing," type of deal. So, yeah.
Well, okay. There's some other theories out there, conspiracy theories, and I think one of them that I read last week, I was looking some stuff up, and was that, okay, this is bonkers, so follow this. Israel trained great white sharks to attack people off the coast of Egypt.
Is it
Have
true?
you- Huh?
Is it true? Because Russia has been known to train beluga whales to do the same thing, except they
What?
use spy cameras, and they've been known to strap C4
Bombs.
to
Oh.
beluga whales to have them swim next to submarines and then detonate them.
Okay, yeah, but that's different than training a shark to attack people. Sharks are going to do what sharks do. And the reason why this gained some traction is because there was a rash of shark attacks that happened over there, like in a couple of weeks stint. Like it was like a feeding frenzy with the sharks on people. Just a whole bunch of attacks at one time. And so this kind of gained some momentum, but it sounds to me more likely that there was probably a food source that came in with a current. It drove the sharks a little crazy and they did a frenzy and they started attacking.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that sounds more plausible.
There's some weird conspiracies out there, guys.
Its source was humans. They were like, yeah,
we're
gonna try it.
Another one I came across that I haven't heard in a long time is that our American government actually poisoned our liquor supply back in 1920 when they were bootlegging to stop people from drinking. And they racked up a total of 10,000 deaths in doing so. And that's true.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I kind of buy into that one. Look what happened with COVID. I'm sorry, but everybody was shot down during 2020. You couldn't say anything about COVID being planned. And the mRNA vax being planned to mess people up and kill people. And then now all of this stuff is coming to light. So is there still a component of conspiracy in there, or is it all true?
Yeah, I think they throw the conspiracy. I mean, think about the mass. They tried to do mass extinction before. You know, there was AIDS. There was Legionnaire disease. There's always the chicken disease. There's the bird flu. Swine flu. So they have tried to kill us off, and the COVID thing. Not only do I kind of have to shake the BS stick at that one, but it came out of nowhere. Come on. I think we still have that group think that everybody was like, oh my God, if you went somewhere, being from California, if you went somewhere without a mask, you were shunned. You were shunned.
Shut all the time. Shut all.
It was
kicked out of so many places.
So
we got kicked out of places.
Another one of my favorite ones is Polybius. It's an urban legend, but it teeters on conspiracy theory.
What is it?
Polybius. It was a arcade game back in the 80s that showed up in Portland. Yeah, remember that one? So
that was
kids would.
That was so. Go ahead.
So they would put them in arcades around Portland, and these games were so addicting that kids would play this for hours at a time. And while they were doing this, there was always like some strange man, not strange, but like an oddball man in a suit, sitting in a corner or whatever, watching them play this game.
Adjacent to that machine, yeah.
Yep. And sometimes they would come over and they'd be like, "Hey, you look thirsty. You want a cup of water?" And they would drink this water, and they would keep playing this game. And eventually these kids would get so addicted, they'd be there every day playing this game.
Wow. I never heard of this.
Mm-mm.
And then the machines would just magically disappear.
These guys would come in. There would be like a group of 4 guys that would come in like every 2 weeks and work on the machine, and then just leave. But they never took the quarters.
Yeah.
They just come in and do something with the machine, and then they just leave. There's always a guy in the back watching these kids play this machine.
Well, that's just creepy in itself, having an adult watching kids. You know what I'm saying?
And then eventually one day, all these machines just disappeared. Poof, they're gone.
That's weird. I mean, yeah, that's weird.
And then
they talked to the people that ran the those places, those arcades, and they're like, "That's not my machine.
We don't know.
I had nothing to do with that machine. I don't
from.
know where it came from, and I don't know where it went."
And the reports afterwards were these kids were so addicted to these games that they were having like hysterical fits. They would get up in the morning. They like get in their piggy bank. They'd grab a handful of quarters, go heading towards the door, and even though their parents knew that that machine was gone because it was a big thing, it was kind of a big underground like story. Like these strange machines have shown up and now they're gone.
Were they only in Portland or were they everywhere?
From what I've read, it was in Portland, but they put them in other spots, but Portland was the main one.
Huh, interesting.
So these kids would get like a handful of money and try to go out the door to go to the arcade.
Buddies? Me too.
Look at your buddy's comment down there, Birdie.
All night long.
Yeah.
Birdie, you know what happened is a big game company came in, built this, and then they built a different company, and now it really reminds me of like World of Warcraft, if you really think about it.
Yeah. I'll have to go with that. But part of the conspiracy theory is that the guy who's sitting in a corner watching these kids play, and he's got these little like Dixie cups full of water. It wasn't water. It was water laced with LSD.
Well, there.
So these kids are like halfway through playing the game, tripping balls.
Yeah.
And then they're like getting mesmerized with all these colors and puzzle, trying to figure out these puzzles, stuff like that. They go home and that thing is clicking in their brain the whole time, and they get addicted to it. And even though the arcades got rid of it, it was in the papers that these machines showed up and now they disappeared. Everybody knew that these machines were gone. These kids were grabbing handfuls of quarters to go out the door to the arcade to play this video game that doesn't exist anymore.
So do you think that was a test to see how addictive gaming would be?
That's what I was getting at.
I think that or go ahead.
That and how to solve puzzles fast, because it's a video game. You got colors flashing at you, puzzles, moving your joystick, moving your character. It's kind of like brain cognition, recognition, pattern recognition stuff. And while these kids are playing it, this machine is taking down all this data. I don't know if they had cameras back then to take pictures.
I wonder if it was also for military applications, if they were watching
exactly.
movement. So what did Ryan say? It'd make for a good horror television show like The Twilight. So my dad wrote a lot of episodes of The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits and The Night Gallery. Those three shows. They were all on in the 60s when he was really writing a lot of stuff for Hollywood, and some of the stuff creeped me out. I would watch it. I'm like, Dad, you came up with that? That's dark. That
Night Gallery. Me and my older brother shared a room, and he was quite older than I am, and he still is older than me, but he used to watch the Night Gallery, and I would get so scared that I would have to call my mom, because he just thought it was funny that it was scaring the shit out of me. So I'd go, Mom, so she'd make him turn it off, and he hated me. But the Night Gallery, was legendary. Really freaked me out.
There was one episode that, because I I always wanted horses and always, so there was one episode of a it was, those like a carousel horse, but they're on wheels and you can pull a kid around
Oh
on
yeah.
them.
Oh, yeah.
1960s,
Mhm.
like 1950s. Yeah, it was a little girl, a family being terrorized by one of these things, and it was killing people. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
like
Yeah.
blood and everything going on and all these attacks, and it was like taking people down. And so one guy finally figured out the only way to stop the attacks was because on carousels, horses there's always two, right?
Mhm.
And it needed to see another carousel horse. So they trapped it in a big trunk with a mirror. I remember its dead eyeball looking at itself in the mirror as they closed the trunk, and they were able to stop the attacks. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and you wonder why we are scarred for life after
I
watching
know,
stuff.
we're so screwed up.
Right.
What was
But along
the
the-
show?
Oh
What was
man,
the show about they only had it on for like a couple of seasons, and Dark Shadows. Dark Shadows.
Oh,
Oh, I love that show.
yeah.
That was freaky.
Oh God, I love that. Yeah.
They
I like
did
what
like a
we do in the
reverse
shadows
image
too.
on the lead in, and so it always looked really weird. And
Yeah.
yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark
So
Shadows. Dark Shadows was a movie a while back, wasn't it?
Well, it was
Johnny
a
Depp?
series at first.
It was a
back in
Yeah,
the
series.
I thought it was like
60s.
just a movie, and I was watching it, and my mom was like, "What are you watching?" I'm like,
Hey,
"Dark
Ryan.
Shadows," and she's watching it, and she's like, "This was a soap opera a long time ago."
It was. It was. It was
It was.
crazy. There's been so many shows that were really good. They were on for like 1 or 2 seasons way back
Oh,
when,
man.
and then they disappeared. And those guys like that, our house would be full of those writers and actors from Hollywood because that's where my dad grew up. And we would have all of these guys. I remember being a little kid listening to these guys pitching stories to each other, and the stories were terrifying.
I
I
know.
had nightmares all night long. My mom's like, "Don't let her listen to this shit." I
What?
couldn't get enough. It was so cool.
What
Yeah.
was the name of that one show? And it had like the guy, he's like, "Hello, kitties," and he was like the
Tales
corpse.
from the Crypt.
Tales from
Yes,
the Crypt. Yeah, Tales from the Crypt.
Oh,
that
Yeah, that was
one
great.
was the most amazing. And then Guilford Godfrey, like Friday
Oh,
nights,
yeah.
where he'd come in like, "Welcome back, kids."
Yeah. Oh gosh, all of those were the best shows they were ever, and they're so corny when you watch them now. They're
I
like,
know.
oh Lord. But yeah. Birdie.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. There was another conspiracy that I looked up that I thought that was interesting. I had not heard this. And this was that the Deepwater Horizon, that big catastrophe of the oil rig that went down, right?
Oh yeah.
That there was 2 different conspiracies floating on that one. And that was one of them was environmentalists that took it down. And the
Mhm.
other one was that it was Russia that took it down. So take
Always
your
the
pick.
Russians.
Huh?
I think it's both.
Always the Russians.
I know, right? Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I had not heard that one. So
Yeah.
I just, my pea brain just always thought that was just a terrible accident, but maybe not.
I think
Okay.
it was both.
You think what?
I think it was a both. I think it was an environmentalist from Russia.
Russian environmentalists? The same ones, didn't they just kick Greta Greenberg or whatever her name is out of the country?
Yeah.
Whatever her name is.
Great.
Like,
Did they really?
Kick her
Oh
out.
my God.
Okay.
It was
So there's-
Cthulhu.
God.
Okay, so I was just, oh God, my brain is mush. I just had one on my pea brain that okay. You know me, I'm always reading really old newspaper articles, and I found one. So the Druids, and I'm a practicing Druid, so it's kind of interesting. So I started looking up Druidism and all this stuff in the papers to see what I could find. And in California, the Druids, they were big. There were lots of them. Like in my hometown, we have a torch. It's a propane statue of a torch that was donated to the town by the Druids. And the town a couple of years ago wanted to remove it, and people went apeshit. Like, no, even though they don't even know what a Druid is anymore. They're like, no, that torch has been here since 1800s. It's staying, you know?
Yeah.
It's in it's not a roundabout, but traffic has to go around the statue. And they're like, well, the traffic flow. And they're like, no, it stays. So I thought that was interesting. But so one of the articles that I read on the Druids was that they were using mind control to bring people into their cult. Now, if you know anything about the Druids really are a Christian sect.
Yeah.
They were the educators. They were the judge and jury back in the Celtic regions. But the Druids are very aligned with Christianity. They just,
I was going to say, aren't they very peaceful?
Very well. But in the days of Ireland and Scotland and the wars and everything else, they're the ones that would hand out the discipline. But yes,
okay,
as long as you followed the line, right? Yeah. So
didn't we talk about this when we did the Crusades? And weren't there something that we said that they were kind of connected with Christianity as well as Druidism? It was kind of a blended together, I thought.
Well, early days, right?
Yeah.
So that was in our other lifetime ago show. So that we did talk about all of that. And the Druids and Christianity, I mean, today modern Druids, most of them are of a Christian sect.
Yes.
They believe in modern Christianity, but there are still some sects, not sex,
whatever.
That believe in the old ways more. I don't know enough to tell you exactly what they believe in, but I believe there's a pagan type aspect to what some of their beliefs are, because not every sect of Druids practice exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool. And certainly what I practiced does not follow that Christianity path, because it's more tied to the ancient ways. But still, I thought it was interesting that the newspapers, and I found many, you know how like if something gets published, then it goes to every newspaper. I don't know how that works with copyright issues, but they do it. Like, it's everywhere. And it was published all over the place that the Druids were using mind control, and that they were a cult, and that they were somehow hypnotizing people to come into the fold. Yeah. I mean, full page articles. I'm like, you got to be out of your mind. What are you talking about?
That reminds me of the some of the stories I've heard coming out of Iceland and Finland and places like, well, it was Iceland, actually. They were building a highway, and there was a big rock pile in the middle of this highway that they were planning to build. And while they were going there to work on it, they get ready to work on it, and their equipment would start breaking down. So they stop for the day and go back to town and order in new parts. And when they came back to the site, most of their equipment was missing or damaged or anything like that. And they went, that's a fairy fort, or it was like fairies or trolls or something like that. So they literally spent all this money to go around this huge rock pile, not to make these fairies or these trolls mad, which is bizarre.
You don't want to make the fairies mad.
No, you don't want to screw with the elementals.
No.
Well, the fairies are not like Tinkerbell.
No.
No.
And
No.
people think, oh, look at the fair. No, they are not. They are horrible. They are very, if you piss them off, they will screw your world up. But if you show them respect, and I think it's either food or alcohol,
Both.
and they will do your
It's bread and
chores
honey.
for you.
Yeah, it's
Is it bread and honey?
And
Yeah,
milk.
Something-
honey.
well,
Mhm.
yeah, it's something like cream and a little bit of whiskey and something else. But let's see. Ryan says, "Aren't there snakes at Saint? Aren't the snakes Saint Patrick ran out of Ireland actually Druids people who they considered beneath their heel?"
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yes.
there are no snakes in Ireland.
Well, yeah. Okay, so on the line of this is as wacky as a conspiracy that I've heard that Finland isn't real. It's okay. This
Yeah.
one is so
Sorry,
Finland
I'm laughing.
so it doesn't exist, and that it's a fabrication created by Japan and Russia. And that
Finland?
it's actually an expansive sea where Japan secretly conducts fishing operations, and then harvested fish are transported to Japan through Russia disguised as Nokia products.
Wait. What? Finland isn't real?
That
I-
the fish are transported to Japan through Russia disguised as Nokia products.
Well, there's a theory that Idaho does not exist.
I've heard that.
Have you
Idaho
heard that
doesn't
one?
exist. Or Pocatello.
Idaho-
I thought it was either Idaho or Pocatello.
I heard it was Idaho.
Oh yeah, it was Idaho. I remember hearing that now. And I was like, I remember hearing that.
Mud Lover
Of
and
course,
I
everybody-
talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birds
Everybody
aren't
thinks
real.
we're Iowa. I don't know.
Birds aren't real. Remember that?
Well,
Yeah.
Birds are not real.
birds aren't real. That was pretty interesting because that was actually a tongue-in-cheek to show how misinformation gets spread.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
was kind of, let's play with this one. Birds aren't real. And it just took off like crazy. I was driving by Century High School one day, and that's what they had on their sign. Birds aren't real. I was cracking up. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a
It's
license to prove it. Idaho.
Idaho. Yeah.
Right, a pimp.
There are some bizarre ones out there. Yeah. Ryan, what state are you in? I don't know.
State
Corn.
of panic.
Oh, corn. You're okay.
Corny. He's corny.
Cornholio.
Iowa?
He needs teepee for his bunghole.
Ohio. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Sorry.
There's so many crazy ones out there. Of course, we've all heard about being suicided, right?
Mm-hmm.
Politically.
Yeah.
Politically.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah. So I don't
In
know.
Minecraft.
Huh?
In Minecraft. You got to say in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but so how many people go through that? That's a big conspiracy. That's a huge one that we all talk about and kind of laugh
Yeah.
at. But you got to wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. The numbers grow.
You know what?
Um,
Growing up, there was the 50s. I don't know that much about the 40s. The 50s, the 60s, and the early part of the 70s. It was groupthink. Everybody just, that's the way it was. That's just the way it was. And it's so funny now because of the way people are and people think, and people think they don't think in that groupthink anymore. Like the moon landing. There's a lot of people out there that think the moon landing was friggin' fake.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a a little story about that, Mad Max, at the Phenomenon. One guy actually, Dr. Taylor, was on stage, and he's talking about, because he's worked at NASA for all his life, and his dad made rocket parts for NASA all his life, right? And this guy went up to the microphone and said, I don't believe that we made it to the moon. And Taylor went, yeah, he went off on this guy. And he goes, I cannot believe you would buy into something that stupid. He's like, I made the components for NASA. I was part of that. I was part of our launches. My father was part of those launches. I mean, yeah.
Well,
What about-
and they talk. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
They talk about some of their stuff that, like, I mean, the flag. They say that the flag fluttered, and there's supposed to be no wind on the moon. There's no atmosphere on the moon. So they said that the way the flag stands up is it's on a stand, and then there's a rod that runs across the top of it. But they said that there was a flutter and ripples, and the way they explained it out was that when they actually fully extended, put everything together, that the ripples were the wrinkles falling out. So, like I said, we don't have that anymore.
Well, yeah, I have so much to say about this, but I can't. Yeah, it'll just tick me off. So having known people in the space industry with my dad's work, I'm like, come on, man, you can't. Yeah, we don't have. Never mind. Anyway, what other conspiracies do we want to talk about?
What about the Denver airport? Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah, we did talk about that, huh?
The Denver airport is apparently a Illuminati HQ because of the murals and this weird horse statue that has really red eyes.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, Lucifer out front.
We talked about it before. It's also built in the shape of a swastika.
Yeah.
I can show it again because it's on Google Maps. But it's crazy looking if you look at it. Let's see if I can bring this up here. Okay, here it is.
I just find it so bizarre that the artist that built Lucifer was also killed by Lucifer.
Yeah.
The statue fell on him.
Yeah. We have karma.
Here we go. See the swastikas? The swastika? Kind of. The legs here, right?
Oh,
so that's what they talk about, is that there are so many conspiracies to this airport, but anyway, we had a similar thing happen on our we had a similar story happen in our hometown with a clock that this guy was putting up. And we had a lot of personal dealings with this guy. He wasn't always the best guy. He'd be all right, but he wasn't always, on the up and up. And he gets the clock put up on Main Street, and then the damn thing fell and took him out right then and there. So it was kind of weird. It was kind of like, yeah.
That's more like retribution, isn't it?
You would think. You would think. Like karma just went snap on that one.
Yep, exactly.
So I don't know.
Oh, karma.
That's like wiping your butt on a hula hoop. What comes around goes around.
Oh, Ryan is talking about Tylenol and that autism link, but honestly, there's a lot of medical information out there to say that Tylenol has. There's definitely some issues. I have a lot of friends who will not take any of that stuff at all. Yeah.
Who makes Tylenol? Bayer?
Fauci.
Yeah.
Ouchie. I have no idea. I
Bill
don't
Gates.
know.
I say Russia.
Bill Gates.
They
There you
make
go.
Tylenol.
Bill Gates. Are we all right? I don't know. That's funny. I don't know who. I don't know. We had a
It says
big
Johnson and
war-
Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson. Yeah, we had a I think it was Johnson and Johnson where I lived in Texas. They had a big chemical manufacturing plant making all kinds of medicines that'll kill us, you know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, allegedly they're healthy for us, but when the list of side effects are this long and then when
Yeah.
it helps is this long, I'm
Yeah.
not sold that it's good for you.
Yeah,
I'm
Johnson
just
and
really,
Johnson,
really not sold. I don't trust
Yeah.
any of them. And then they're in up by Folsom, California. I used to inspect. There was an old rocket engine Department of Defense company there called Aerojet.
Did you just call it Big Parmesan?
I did not.
No, no.
Oh,
Are you
Brian.
hungry?
Big Parmesan.
Anyway, there was
Kinda.
Aerojet was out there, and they were made rocket components for NASA and rocket fuels and all kinds of stuff. Very, very contaminated site that's being cleaned up. But anyway, what's interesting to me was all of these processes used to make all of this like rocket fuel and everything else was then converted into making medicine. I'm like, so basically it's the same thing. I mean, what's happening? You know, I'd go in there
Yeah.
to do some inspections. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, this used to make some kind of fuel for the boosters and da 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 da. And now we're making medicine out of it.
I got a headache. Well, here's some rocket fuel.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's in the spooky season, I also came across one really fast.
Cool.
Yeah.
I came across that Hollywood stars are immortal vampires.
Mm.
Look at Johnny Depp. I win.
So their secret to success basically
What
is
is-
immortal blood. People think that they're like Keanu Reeves and Nicolas Cage are proof. Have you seen the old pictures? There's like these old pictures from like the 1800s. Spit image of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And how come Nicolas Cage is aging so much?
Right. He's
How do you?
not.
But he might be
He
at the
is.
end of his
Look,
cycle.
terrible.
He might
Huh?
be. He might be like
He
the
might
old
be.
head vampire.
Well, what is that? What is that conspiracy that it's all of these missing people being ground up for? It's something like stem cells that they're using
Oh,
or
right.
something. What is? I can't remember the name of it, but that all of that
Adrenochrome?
elite and the wealthy and the actors and all this stuff that they're using
Adrenochrome.
adrenochrome. It's ground up
Oh.
adrenal organs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the adrenal
adrenal
gland in your brain.
Yeah, that all these
Mhm.
missing people across the world, that's what's happening to them, and that they're taking this stuff. And
yeah.
and people allude to it. Like if you go and go down the deep rabbit trail of that one.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few videos of people disappearing in major cities, and especially in like LA, especially Skid Row, like people like they're homeless, they have no place to go, they've only been there for like a week or something like that, and they just up and disappear. I mean, they make connections with everybody else in these homeless camps, and then just one day they're just gone. And somebody is saying that certain people pull up with 2 or 3 black panel vans, and they come out and, they talk to them and they tempt them to come in these vans, and then they're gone. And they never see them.
Well,
again.
that could be also other body parts. But why would you want the body parts of somebody who's probably not healthy? Let's say.
Yeah, well,
You know?
I don't want to get too dark because we're
I'm
on
just
YouTube.
saying. Yeah. Ryan said what Queen Elizababeth built several pyramids on her property for her secret coronation.
Because she was part of the lizard people.
It all
I'm serious.
that.
Apparently, the late queen was, and other royals are shape-shifting alien overlords. And Princess Diana called them out.
Oh,
that's why they're
yeah,
like-
that's why that's it. She's
Yeah.
Those dead bodies are worth money. True.
Yeah,
She
they
knew
are.
stuff.
And cow's
Yeah.
flagellants are also a government hoax.
I mean, how much is a
Yeah.
kidney worth? How much is a kidney worth nowadays? A couple of grand?
But it's got
More
to be a
than
good
that.
kidney. You don't want somebody on Skid Row. That's what kills me on this stuff. It's like you don't want somebody who's out there drinking and drugging. You don't want their kidneys. I
Yeah,
don't want
but
their
you got to
parts.
remember too. Not only would they harvest them, they're probably doing medical research on them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of spooky.
You
I
know,
always
so
wonder, like the bodies museum
They
thing.
need bodies for the body farm.
Yeah.
there you go. Just
Now
saying.
those- Yeah. Ooh.
Just saying.
Less
Anyway.
Like I
paperwork.
said.
Less paperwork, more research. That's how Frankenstein started.
It's kind of dark. It's kind of dark.
All
Yeah, we
I
went
right.
dark.
think I'll go watch True
We're
Crime.
dark.
It's a little lighter. Huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna go watch The Days of Our Lives.
You can watch South
Dark
Park.
Shadows or whatever. I don't even know if you
South
can find that
Park.
show, but I may have to watch that tonight. Um.
Oh my god.
Ryan, shame on you. All right. This was fun. I liked it. Yeah, join us next week. Also, our Wednesday night shows off the just doing gangbusters, guys. You guys got to get on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It is so much fun, and it just gets better and better every week. And that's our psychic reading show. It's really good. And then Mondays, Jesse and Doc and I do something. And we
Whatever
never
we
know
decide.
whatever we decide to talk about, we'll talk about.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't watched the live stream investigation of ISU's administration building, go to the live tab and watch it. It was one of the most active buildings we've ever investigated. It was crazy, crazy. So
Yes.
it's still up. It's going to stay up. It's a great investigation. And we were shocked at people that came through.
Yeah.
So
I'll
Yeah.
grab it. I'll grab it and I'll post it in our Discord. I did make a Discord.
Oh, sweet.
So we got that.
Thank you, Birdie.
Still working on it.
Discord
Okay.
party.
Yeah, woohoo. I don't have time for all of these social media apps. I just can't do it. It's just, yeah. Anyway, thanks, guys. And we will catch you next week. Stay safe out there.
Have a great week, guys.
Trick or
Bye.
treat.
Bye.
Hey, like and subscribe.
Definitely.